All right. Any minute now, this will be live. Get this thing going. You know what? I should share this link in a couple places. That way we can get some more people in here. And let's see. Where's my share link? There it is. I'm going to share this real quick. I'll get to explaining what's going on in just a second, guys. Patron chat. Let me put this in here. Okay, gonna copy that, put that in the Discord too. Pin. Hey, I see people starting to show up in the chat. What's going on, guys? Australia? Dude, that is a long way from here. What is going on in Australia? All right, let me put this in the Discord real quick, and then I will start paying attention to the chat. And there we go. Okay. I'll answer some questions for a little bit, and then I'll talk about what's going on. And that's that. I'm feeling a little bit better today. I still got to go back and see my doctor soon. We don't really know all of what's going on yet, so ups and downs, not super fun. But I'm going to do a short stream today. This isn't going to be a long one, but a short one just to kind of, talk to you guys since I haven't put any videos out in about a week or so because of all my medical stuff. Speakers behind me, these are the Vanuatu T1E Transparent 1 Encores. I absolutely love them. I've been using them for a long time. I need to make a video on them, honestly, because I've had them for so long. LFA, thanks, man. I'm okay. Health stuff, it's fun. But, trying to get back on it. This weekend, I think I'm going to start filming videos again. So I should be hearing back from my doc pretty soon, and we'll be having some things figured out. Focal Clear MG Pros. I don't know. I think it'll be cool. I love the Clear, so I'm interested to see what those are like. Hopefully I can get my hands on some and make a video for you guys. Through testing for the last 4 months. Woo, you got a heart thing going on too, didn't you? It's not a fun feeling. Okay, we got a handful of people in here, so I'll give you guys the rundown. I haven't posted videos for about a week now because I had like a cardiac thing going on. I still do, but kind of managing it. I'm going to be seeing a cardiologist again in a few days. Well, actually in about a week. And hopefully we'll get some things kind of figured out, but I've just had like just weird stuff going on, which has made it difficult to film. It's made it difficult to edit, kind of get through things, but getting back on it, trying to keep things going. I have a big announcement video coming out soon because there is something new I'm doing with the channel. As you guys can probably tell, this isn't my normal setup. My camera isn't here. I'm just using a webcam. So some cool stuff going on. I have a full video. I just need to finish editing it, and I'll put that out probably in the next week or so. And you guys can kind of see what's going on. Yeah, kind of like an arrhythmia. Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah, like skipping beats and chest pain and stuff like that. It's not a good time. What's better, XM4s or Bose in terms of longevity? Well, I can't speak to the longevity of the XM4s because I didn't have them for that long, but I've had my QC35-2s as my travel headphones, and I've probably kept the QC35-2s for about 3 or 4 years now, and haven't had any problems with them, aside from that one update where they made the noise canceling not quite as good, so is what it is. I still like them for travel. I think they're great little portables. I mean, when you're on an airplane, you're not really thinking about sound quality that much anyway. Telegram saw it first. Yeah, that is true, Connor. Telegram did see it first. The Telegram chat's fun. Talking about all kinds of weird stuff in there. They're talking about the new drop thing that everyone thinks is going to be an HD 800. There's a lot of stuff floating around in there about that. I saw a comment up there that asked if SHP 9600 was a good deal for $99, and I think at $99, 9600 ain't bad. I like the K361 more at that price, but the 9600 I can't say that's a bad headphone for $99 because it's not. It's an open back headphone. It's pretty reasonably priced if you get it for that. So is what it is. But I do use the K361s a lot more. Am I better? Not quite, but I'm managing. Doing all right, you know, hanging in there. We're getting things going, getting used to what's going on. Would I pick the 560S over the 6XX or the DT880? Oh man, you have the 650. They're not your favorite for gaming. I love the 650/6XX. I think I like the 560S a little bit more for analytical listening. It does have a little more bass than the 650, like as far as like sub bass is concerned. It's less warm though. I think I would take it over the 650 for gaming. They're not like super far separated headphones though. It's like a bit of a tonality change. The 800, not the 800, what am I saying? The 650 is a little bit more resolving. It just really depends on which way you want to go with it. But I think they're both great. Oh, where do we go? I lost my spot in the chat. Have I heard the Blonde BLO3 IEM? Not yet. I actually have one, but I have not broken that out of the box yet. So I need to. There's a lot of things that I actually need to catch up on for the channel. Like there's just a stack of amps over there I need to get through. There are some headphones around here that I still need to review. I've had the AP2000 Ti's here for a minute and haven't done a video on them, so I need to do that. A lot of things catching up. Heart stuff sucks, having issues, but don't panic. I do not take magnesium. Yeah, it's probably going to be okay. I'm not super worried about it. I actually ended up in an ambulance like a week or so ago. And, you know, I'm obviously I'm alive now, so things are moving forward. So I'm still working. I'm at the office. Like, I'm not down. I'm just taking it easy. Haven't been putting out videos because of that. So, but that's why I'm streaming today, you know? I want to talk to you guys. It's been a minute. I gotta keep things up, you know what I'm saying? I missed some. Where do we go? You got a Diana V2 and you love it. Hey, my Diana V2 is getting painted. You can't normally repaint a Diana. It's not a good idea to try and do that because it takes so much time, but I'm doing it on my own time. I wouldn't recommend taking apart a headphone that costs that much either, but I am repainting my Diana V2s, so I don't have them assembled right now. But at some point soon, I'll be back on my Dianas, and I do miss them quite a bit. Gray says, hey. Is it true that K361 sounds sharp and has a treble spike? I wouldn't say that it has a spiky treble. It does have a little recess at one point in the treble, and it does come back up after that. I don't think it really spikes, though. I don't know. I don't find it to be a harsh headphone at all. I find it to just be pretty straight neutral. Your boy has no amp, only a DAC. Jubilees are 6XX. If you don't have an amp, Jubilees 58X. Way easier to drive, and you still get, I mean, pretty good mileage out of those headphones for what they are, but you don't really need much of an amp for the 58X Jubilee. And if you don't got an amp, that's the way to go. I could plug those up to my laptop and be pretty happy. The price up for a 6XX plus amp is worth contrast. Personally, yeah, I think the 6XX and amp is worth it if you have the listening experience, yeah. Because a lot of things I probably wouldn't have cared about. Like if it was me like 4 or 5 years ago, I would have said just 58X and that's it. Me now, having heard a lot more headphones, I would say 6XX plus a nice amp is definitely worth it. So maybe not in the short term, but in the long term, as you really get used to listening more, 6XX and an amp is a better overall combo, especially if it's tube amp. The headphone and IEM backlog is real. Yeah, I need to get back on that. I got like some things that I filmed like weeks ago that I still need to edit, but my backlog has been a little bit short lately. More Abyss DMS mods when? Oh, no words on that. There'll be some neat stuff happening at Abyss though in a few months, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I'm kind of more excited about the stuff that we kind of already have out right now, but you'll see. You'll see. Cool stuff happening. I know it sounds ridiculous, and I always talk about this headphone company, but I'm like thrilled to bits to be there. Did Abyss take inspiration from their name in the deep void we are all trying to fill with hi-fi? No, they did a video about this. Apparently, one of their cats was staring out the window. Like, what's he doing? Oh, he's staring into the abyss, and that's literally where the name came from. I know anticlimactic, but it is a cool name. Oh, here. Thank you. Thank you. I picked up the 560S on your recommendation. It's my first real headphone, and the IFI Zendak. It's great. I'm glad you were enjoying them. I love the 560S. Metal 571. You have my 560S right now. It's not his favorite thing on the planet, though, but that's okay. We all have different opinions. That's the fun of audio. Different people love different things. Have I ever tested ATC speakers? Those will be my end game. Yeah, I heard a set of ATC surround sound studio monitors and absolutely fell in love with them. And then I saw the price and realized that it's like more than my car. So I don't think I'll have any ATCs anytime in the near future, but I do love ATC monitors. Thank you, Scott. That is super generous of you. As you're feeling better, take care of yourself first and foremost. That's what I'm doing, man. That's why I'm taking a couple days. Well, that's why I've been taking a week, not really filming much. And that's probably why this stream will be a little bit short, too. But, you know, YouTube has been part of my life for so long that I can't stay away. I got to sit down and have this kind of interaction, you know? It's just like this regular part of my life. And when I don't post for a while and the comments slow down, it's like, man, I gotta keep this going. Some people sit down and watch TV. Some people play video games. I talk to you guys on the internet. You'll have that shipped back probably this coming weekend. Word. Cool, because a lot of my headphones aren't here right now. I actually sent a lot of my headphones off in a box to another YouTube channel so he could test a bunch of things and decide which headphones he wanted to buy, and I think he just bought a pair of headphones. So imagine I'll probably get mine back at some point in the coming weeks, but my 6XX isn't here right now. How am I living without my 6XX or my 560S? It's crazy. Oh, you just got the topping A90? Nice. Mine is right there. Literally, actually, what's funny is right now at this desk, I have a few different workstations. This one particularly, the only amps I have plugged up right here is the A90 and the Tube-Rolled Dark Voice. And at the other one, I have the JDS Stack plugged up. But right in this one, right here specifically, it's the Dark Voice and the A90. A90 is a great amp. Thoughts on new Clear Magnesium? Somebody asked this earlier, but I loved the Clear. So I'll probably like the Clear MG also, but I can't say yet. I haven't heard it. I would love to. I'd also love to hear their new closeback, the Harman tuned one. Kind of curious to see what that's like. 6XX, say it ain't so. Yep, don't have a 6XX or 560S here right now because I'm lending them both out to people, but I'll have them all back soon. Excuse me. Best regards from Germany. What time is it over there? Hey, Google. What time is it in Germany?
The time in Germany is
2:33 a.m. What are you doing awake right now? James, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for helping to support the channel. Oh, Abyss Dyna Fire V2. You know what's funny? Ever since I started working with Abyss, I get all the Abyss questions. Like, people email me all the time, and they're, like, asking Abyss questions, and I can never answer all of them. I'm sorry if you sent me an email. I couldn't answer it. That's what the patron chat's for on Telegram, because I have to answer all those people's questions. I use the V2 more. The Fi is more detailed, but I don't know anybody who's bought the V2 who doesn't think that it's amazing. Wow, that sentence was terrible. You know what I mean. Everybody I know who's bought the V2 in my patron chat loves it, so there's that. And I use it. V2 is probably my personal favorite out of the two, but I know a lot of people that like Fi. If you like things like the Focal Utopia, like that kind of tuning, you'll probably like the Fi more. If you want something a little bit, just a hair more warm than that, I feel like the V2 is the go-to. All right. It's midday here. If this thing said it was 2 a.m., maybe it's 2 p.m. Google lying to me. Where did I go? Where did I go? Lost track of where we were at in the comments. Netherlands. You guys are from all over the world, man. What? You know, I wonder how. I should look at my analytics. I haven't in a while. I wonder what percentage of you guys are from all over the world. You know, that's a hard part of reviewing audio stuff, is the availability. A lot of things aren't available in, you know, different countries. Like the JDS stuff wasn't available in a lot of places, and people were like, "Oh, where do I get this?" What are my thoughts on the GL2000? You know what? I said I wasn't going to put out anything about them. I just got a message from Joshua Valor. What did he say? I'm responding to this. And Ron from New Record Day. What was I just talking about? GL2000. Oh, my thoughts on the GL2000. Okay. I said I wasn't going to say anything about them, but since I haven't put out the video yet, and I've been like, you know, kind of backed up on things, I'll tell you guys what I think about the GL2000. And here it is. You can quote me on my GL2000 opinion, but don't let this affect your decision until my full review comes out. It'll probably be out in about a week, maybe a week and a half. The GL2000 isn't that great. It's not the worst headphone I've ever heard. It's not. There are things far worse. I didn't like the Phoenix. I didn't like the P9. I think the Phoenix is worse than the GL2000, but the GL2000 is nothing special at its price. If it was $250 to $300, I'd feel like it was like, actually, I'd probably say like $200 to $250. I'd feel like it's a lot more acceptable. It's kind of like a slightly better Takstar HF580, but it's not as good as the Sundara, is the best way I can put it. There are traits about it that I could see someone liking, but there's enough drawbacks that I don't feel like it's particularly competitive at things that are half its price point. If you like it, continue liking it. Continue listening to it. Love music. Don't let my opinion change how you feel about it. But if you think that your audio opinions at all align with mine, you probably won't like it that much. I find its biggest fault to be that it's heavily compressed and that it has a bit of a hollow timbre to it. So vocals sound kind of like this, and it's not a sound that I'm really into. Yes, it is the dual magnet version. But there are upsides to that headphone as well. I'll have the full video out, like I said, probably week and a half. And we'll talk more about it then. So I'm not like going to totally crap on it, but I don't recommend it. The Metal 571, lol, the P9. Yeah. Okay, he said, I think DMS, and I can agree that's the worst headphone of all time. One of the worst of all time. Yeah, P9 is probably one of the worst headphones ever made. That, was it Max Settings that brought the Aura phone? Who brought the Aura to that hotel room? We were all listening to headphones at New York Can Jam. Whoever brought the Aura phone, that thing was really bad. It was the graphene headphone. I think Josh reviewed that one too. Yeah, that was a nightmare. I don't know what was worse though, the Aura phone or the P9. You loved the GL2000, haven't heard the Sundara yet? Yeah, it is. I would recommend doing a side-by-side. So the big thing is the Sundara is a lot more level. It's like if you took the GL2000 and took away any of its drawbacks, but I will say the GL2000 is more comfortable than Sundara. So it's like GL2000 for comfort, Sundara by a big one for sound. Hey, thank you for supporting the channel. This will pay for your Bayer Dynamic MMX 300 shipping and handling. Hey, I will review the MMX 300. I 100% will do it. I need to do it. Let me get through this stack of amps and those IEMs and those headphones on that shelf. You can't see what I'm pointing to, but there's 3 bins right there. Let me get through those 3, and then I will do a review of the MMX 300. Can't talk. A friend of mine has the P9 Signature. Worth asking to borrow. If you really want to experience it, go for it. But like, the P9 is messed up. Hey, Joshua Valor's here. Thank you, Josh. Don't have much time, but your show sucks. Okay, thanks, bye. That's what a friend says right there. Oh, thanks for stopping by, Josh. We need to do something soon. We haven't done a video in a while. Maybe with my big thing that I'm announcing, I'll bug you during that. Like, I'll call you and be like, hey, guess what? You're in my video now involuntarily. Metal 571 says, Joshua Valor. I've been 400i 2020 and Zencan. Is that good? Yeah, that's great. Honestly, the 4XX 400i, pretty killer values for what they are in the realm of planars. Sheep headphones are getting good these days, honestly. Hey DMS, I've watched your 560S review and Z's as well. I'm unable to decide between the Tiger 300R and the 560S. I listen to music when I get sad, it cheers me up. You know, I kind of feel like that about a lot of music. I feel like music can very heavily affect my mood. In both directions, you know. I'll sit down and listen to something and it'll bring me down or pull me back up. I think they're both great headphones. The Tiger 300R is going to have more bass and more treble. So I feel like the 560S is probably, if you're looking to get emotion out of music, I would, as weird as it sounds, it's a flatter headphone, but I would prefer that a little bit over the 300R for just general listening across the board, especially if it's something emotionally driven. I kind of like the 300R more for gaming or for like kind of upbeat stuff like hip hop or pop or things like that. But probably 560S. Either way, I think you'll enjoy either of those headphones. So if music brings you up, then you are definitely in the right hobby and the right community. So we are glad to have you around. You have the THX 887 for your Focal Clear. Is that good enough? Yes, I do think that there are more resolving amps out there. THX amps are a little bit harsh in my opinion, but listen to it, see if you like it. If you do, there's no need to upgrade. The only time I say it's worth upgrading is if you really feel like you're missing something. But if you listen to your setup and you're happy with it, don't concern yourself with the opinions of everybody on the internet on if you need to, like, you know, oh, I have to get that better thing to get that little bit more. Now, if you like it, you like it. And if you don't, you don't. And that's it. That's what should influence your decisions on upgrading or not. Any thoughts on the HE6? I mean, you have to drive them with a truck, basically. They can sound pretty good. I wouldn't go out of my way to get one personally, because I think that there are a lot of headphones now that are getting so good for so cheap, but HE6 is a cool headphone to have in a collection if you have a collection, and if you have something with 1 billion watts to drive it. Excuse me. I ate just before this. I got like a little thing going on. What's my reasoning behind not liking the Hyphen Aria? It's not a bad headphone. And there are people I have recommended Aria to. I don't like the treble characteristics of the Aria. It can be a bit metallic for my taste. I had the same problem with the Ananda, but the Aria does do some things that are very special. It's not a bad headphone. It's definitely not a bad headphone. It's just not the right headphone for me. And also, I kind of miss the intimacy of it. I used the 6XX for years and years and years. And the Aria is not a very intimate headphone. It's more kind of out there. So I kind of end up missing that intimacy sometimes with vocals. Does the new Odyssey IM... I don't have that in my pile. But you know what? I will email Odyssey tonight and see if I can get my hands on that new IM. Because it does actually look pretty cool. Hey DMS, which headphones are best in terms of soundstage and imaging under $1,000? I mean, if a used pair of HT800, because you can get those for like $900, is probably... HT800 has the best soundstage. It's just how it is. It's not... The HT800 has problems. It has a big treble spike. It's got a weird tonality, but it does have the best soundstage. And if you want the best soundstage, find a used HT800. If you care about everything else, man, there's a lot of really good headphones under $1,000. Ananda's got pretty decent soundstage. Elex has pretty decent soundstage, I feel like. What's it? The Harmonic Dyne Zeus. That thing's pretty killer. Scuba, thank you for contributing to the channel. Hey, dude, when are you going to mass produce those metal Diana's Ion? Oh, I wish we could do that, but we cannot. There's too many problems with just leaving it just blank like that. You can actually see like the machining and stuff. And not sandblasting it, meaning, you know, not... Well, I don't think it's sandblasting, but there is a process we do that prepares it for painting. It's kind of like sandblasting. Not doing that means that the edges are like sharp and stuff. It's not very good for the end consumer if we don't put a finish on it. So unfortunately, I don't think those Dianas will ever be a thing. But there are some people who have tried to get some chrome plated Dianas which look about the same. So That's a pretty wicked way to get the same kind of effect. But just straight unpainted ones, I don't think they're going to do that. If you really want it, send them an email, you know. I'm sure they've done some wild custom things with exotic leathers and stuff before, so I'm sure that that if that's what you're really after, they can make that happen. Tomorrow, you'll be at the Focal headquarters in France to try some stuff. Hey. Yeah, definitely try the new ones. Let me know what you think of them, because I am really curious. The Celeste, I don't know how you say it. I think they said it was like Celeste, something like that. Celeste. It looks cool. On paper, it looks good. Now, I know I can't prejudge something entirely based off its measurement, but it looks promising. I also really want to check out the Aeon Noirs, because I have the Aeon 2 closed here, and I've actually enjoyed them a lot, which is interesting because they're V-shaped. But the Noirs are supposed to be a Harman-tuned Aeon closed, so really curious to see how that stacks up. I want to do a video of both of them side by side before I have to send this one away. Because if I don't like the Noir, then I might buy the Aeon 2 closed. And if I don't like the Aeon 2, let me rephrase that. But I'm going to buy one of the two, I think. If the Noir is better, I'll buy a Noir. But if the Noir is not better, I might just buy a regular Aeon 2 closed. Because I've really liked that headphone. It has some major drawbacks, but I've really liked it. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit here because we've kind of got lost in the chat. I do want to check out that planar, Ethan, at some point. There's so many things I want to check out that I just, I'm a one-man band. I'm working full-time. The best, there are things that are going to be happening that's going to allow me to produce more videos soon. As long as I can get my health sorted, then I want to produce more content, then I can cover more things. So when I was reviewing the Blessing 2 Dusk, said there were going to be reviews some IEMs such as the U12T wasn't on the table. That was a different 64 audio one, but I do love the U12T. That's like one of my favorite IEMs. I have a lot more stuff coming on IEMs in the near future. IE300, the Nana, the whatever they're called, like what are these? What are these called? That's the wrong box. Hold up. Nope, that's the Mest. Where'd these IEMs go? Oh, here they are. What? Dunu? D-U-N-U. These are really cool. They've got like a series of different connectors, and you can attach different terminations on. It's not like a normal adapter that has like a 3.5. This actually just snaps off the cable, and you can put different connections on the end. So that's kind of neat. There's a review coming on those. I remember hearing these at CanJam New York. Didn't think I would get a set in here, and then now they're here. I think Hi-Fi Go sent me these, I believe. Yeah, this was from Hi-Fi Go. Hi-Fi Go and APOS have been sending a lot of things in recently. What do I think about my Vandersteen 1CI, asks Travis. What other speakers are you considering before that speaker? Thanks. So I was looking at some Bowers & Wilkins. And I've already got the Ultra Towers. I've got the Magnapans, the Triangles, the BR08s. A bunch of things. And I got some Bowers & Wilkins. And I heard the Vandersteens at a local dealer in Tennessee when I still lived in Tennessee. And that pair I got on a deal because it was a used pair. They had minor cone damage. The surround had been repaired. Unfortunately, that didn't hold up. I have to replace the speaker now. But I love my Vandersteens. I love so many speakers, man. That's a real problem. The thing I like about the Vandersteen Model 1s They have really interesting staging because inside there's a tweeter facing forward, a mid-range driver facing up at an angle like this, and it just projects out into the room. And they have a lot of depth to them. It's very easy to put them in a spot and have them disappear. There's speakers like the Ultras that are really rewarding when you make them disappear, but it takes more effort. The Vandersteens, you can just throw them into a spot and they just kind of disappear really easily. And I like that about them. They're a very well-articulated speaker. Not the most neutral, but very pleasant. It reminds me like a little bit more refined version of the Bowers & Wilkins DM7 with better soundstage, I think. I think it was the DM7 that I had years ago. Was it? Or was it a DM6? Yeah, I had DM7s and then I had DM3000s as well. Yeah, it reminds me a lot of the DM7s, which I kind of want another set of DM7s now that I think about it. God, I have too many speakers. There's just a whole room, like half the size of my bedroom. Oh, I just pressed the button on my chair. There's a whole room like half the size of my bedroom, and it's just, you can't walk in there because I filled it with tower speakers that I just pull out for reviews, and I need to get a bigger place at some point. I'm renting this place so I can, review all these speakers properly. Scuba, thanks for the information. DMS, get well soon, and have a beer on me. Thanks, Chief. I'm doing my best, trying to get better. We'll be back in the normal flow of things pretty soon. Focal Clear or one of the ZMF headphones. Which one is relaxing and wide in gain? That's tough. ZMFs are probably a little bit more relaxed. I feel like the Clear is a little more detailed, though. Otor. Otor is a really, really awesome headphone. Throw Otor on tubes, and it can be a very relaxed experience and very enjoyable. But Clear is probably a bit more wide and more articulated. But it is a little bit more in your face sometimes at that detail. So really depends on what you're going for. What's the difference between Bifrost Multibit and R2R DACs? Bifrost. I keep saying Bifrost. I think the actual enunciation is Bifrost, which is interesting. It's kind of like the difference between most DACs anyway. A lot of DACs just sound different. It doesn't necessarily matter, I think, if it's R2R or not, though R2Rs do tend to have a bit more of a laid-back sound. I think it depends on what R2R DAC you want to compare to. One of my favorites for the money is the Socrus 1321, but I've been told that one is... I think they're replacing that with a newer one at some point. I don't really know. I don't know don't quote me on that, because I might not know what I'm talking about at all. If you find a Socrus 1321 around, though, that's a great DAC. DJ, you got to listen to some key speakers sometime, like Alien Technology. Phenomenal sound in untreated rooms. I've seen those. Jacob Collier has a set of those, doesn't he? I'm sorry if you hear me typing. I'm using my laptop's microphone today. Yep, Jacob Collier has a set of these, I'm pretty positive. Those are some really wild-looking monitors. It looks like a mix of like a barefoot speaker and a Bluetooth speaker, but giant. Really cool. Yeah, I do want to check those out. Maybe I should see if they have contact information. There's so many speakers I want to get my hands on in the near future just to go over. Do I think hey, Douglas, I really respect your opinion. Do you think the Harman Target has been relied on too much for manufacturers lately? You're responsible for some stagnation innovation. It's interesting. I think the Harman Target, if everything sounded like it, it would be boring. I think that the Harman Target has a little bit too much bass. But I think having a lot of headphones... Okay, here's how I feel about it. I don't think the Harman Target should be the standard to hold something to say, this is good if it matches the Harman Target. Because that's a good target for like your consumers who are buying stuff at like a Best Buy or something like that. And that's fine. But there's a lot of headphones that don't align with it that are really good. And it can give us a general idea of if something's going to sound relatively neutral with a bass boost. But I don't think that the Harman Target is going to be like, I don't think it should be if it aligns with this target, it's good. If it doesn't align with this target, it's bad. It just is more like, if it aligns with this target, then the average person on the street is likely to enjoy its frequency response more. But you don't see a bajillion headphones that align with it, so I don't think it's responsible for stagnation. And it's not bad. You know, I like the K361s a lot, and they're a Harman headphone. All right. I'm going to wrap this up in just a second because I'm starting to kind of run out of breath. Do I have a black eye? No, I don't. It's just crappy lighting in this room. I promise I don't have a black eye. It does almost look like it, though, with this lighting in this room. Yeah, I don't have a light in front of me. There's just a lamp right over here on this side, and that's it. Best headphone for making music around $200? Yeah, 560S, followed by K361. Or if you can get both, then that's even better. Oh, so many questions. I don't think we can get to all of them today. I'm kind of worn out. I'm still not back at 100%. Like I said, I gotta get my health sorted. So I think I'm going to probably cut it somewhere right around here. And we'll do this again soon. I'm going to start getting videos back out. But, oh, would I ever build an acoustically treated room? Yeah, I'd love to at some point. Yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up. I answered some questions. I'd love to answer more. Don't think that I have it in me today. But I want to try this and see if I could, you know, keep it up for a little while. So, you guys are great. Everyone who's helping to support the channel, I appreciate it. Everyone who's said kind words, I appreciate it. You know, like I said, I'm trying to kind of get back in the groove. Health comes first, of course, always. But, you know, as long as I'm alive, I'm going to be making content. So, I will be, I'll be seeing you guys pretty soon. So, I think I will run the outro through here, and we'll wrap it up. So if you guys liked the stream, leave a like down below. When this is eventually posted, you can leave a comment, let me know what you want to see in the future. If you want to get active in the community, you can at forum.hifiguides.com. If you want to chat with me, there's always the Telegram chat because I'm in there 24/7. As always, don't forget to stick around and subscribe for more videos like this in the future.